Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Farmcast. We're talking NFL Week 8. You know what they say about Week 8?
It's gonna be great.
Nope. It's
Oh,
NFL action.
okay.
Instead
I
we've
kind of
got
like Thunders more, but
no,
that's fine.
no. But yeah, we're here and we're gonna discuss some games. We got a full slate ahead of us. So yeah.
Before we get into anything else, if you guys have been listening for a while, you kind of know where I stand with certain players, certain coaches, certain organizations, yada yada yada. I think it's close to time to start taking my victory lap, and I have a list of slander for one Kyle Shanahan because my
Oh.
goodness gracious, does this guy deserve it? The world, I don't know if you guys have been noticing a little sports media recently. Everybody's kind of starting to come around to my perspective that he's a fraud. And when you lose to Carson Wentz in prime time, you might be a fraud. So I got point by point. I'm going to kind of go down this list with you guys and see if you guys agree, especially when you look at this big resume Kyle Shanahan has. It stinks.
Okay.
I think this man has been failing upwards his whole life.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
So we'll get it started off. Number one on my list, he was the offensive coordinator for an Atlanta Falcons team that blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl because nothing says brilliant strategy in the second half like being hyper aggressive on offense against the number one Patriots defense to give the ball back to Tom Brady when you have a stable of running backs that at that time was prime
Fire.
Devontae Freeman, prime
Tevin
Tevin
Coleman.
Coleman. How do you not salt that game away?
Okay. I completely
Julio
agree.
Jones tried to bail him out that game too. Remember how good he was down the stretch, but it didn't even matter.
Yeah. I will play devil's advocate only because no easy takes on this pod. They did have an insane offense that whole year, and they did in the time it mattered most. The biggest fuck up in sports history, probably. But Matt Ryan was an MVP that year. Do we think that Matt Ryan has deserved MVP of any other year? He really made that offense incredible. So it got them there.
Yeah, that's one of those things I'm not so sure who made who because I hate to say it, but Matt Ryan might. It's like I don't know if he'll get in, but he's borderline. He will not be a Hall of Famer, but he's gonna have top passing numbers for like every single category by the time he's retired. Like
he'll be
Matt
a thought
Ryan,
of. He'll like be
considered, was a good quarterback.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
won't see me arguing.
I don't think this is anything like Kyle Shanahan made.
But since that Super Bowl run, I mean, look at the Falcons since then. Pretty terrible.
I think that team has been plagued with injuries, though. And that was like the best team they ever fielded, too. Offensive line was really good. Julio was that was back when he was still healthy.
Sleeping on the Roddy White team that we kicked their ass.
True, that team sucked.
True.
But, so yeah, that's step one,
okay.
or strike one against Kyle Shanahan. My next little thing. He's also, people forget this one. He was the offensive coordinator that got RG3 killed. Everybody likes to blame Mike Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan
I didn't know he was the
offensive coordinator.
Huh.
And then, so after running RG3 into the absolute ground his rookie year, Trey Lance finally gets his first start, right? What does he do? Rushes Trey Lance 16 times and gets him injured in his first NFL start. Great going, Kyle Shanahan. That was a really good game plan.
Again, I'll play devil's advocate here. Just
no easy takes on the pod.
There were obviously some designed runs. A lot of that, I think, has to do with just a rookie quarterback who is fast. Like, it's harder to read defenses, and he just takes off because that's his best option, he thinks.
Oh, they were designed. If you go back and watch
not all designed. That's not what that's what I'm saying, though.
Out of those 16, I would probably say 80% of those were designed. Like, he was running like quarterback powers right up the middle. Like, he was not treating him with the kid gloves that you would expect for your rookie quarterback. Like, why not put him on like some rollouts to cut the field in half, make easy reads instead of just getting him killed like you did your last star running quarterback? Just saying, it's a tough look.
They did kill Jimmy Garoppolo.
It's starting to become a pattern. Jimmy G. Anybody with Jimmy G, I'm gonna blame Jimmy G.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yep.
This one is the saddest one.
Mm.
He has a worse coaching record than Matt Nagy.
That's
And
crazy.
It's not like this is a small sample size either. This has been 5 years now. This is his 5th year as head coach of the 49ers. By year, these are the records he has had. 6-10, 4-12. He had that 13-3 year when that defense was like the best thing you could ever find. Guess what Kyle Shanahan's not? A defensive coach. So I want to throw that out there. That defense absolutely carried those teams. So they went 13-3 that year, and then last year they go 6-10. This year they started off 2-4. Might be going 2-5.
Well, I would say with last year, that was a hurt team. To be fair, that was a very hurt team last year. Like, we all knew that too. They would have been like probably Super Bowl favorites if they weren't so hurt.
See, we thought that, but then they get that team back this year, and they're terrible.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
Out.
Jimmy G's playing.
Plus, it's not exactly. Yeah. Plus, it's not exactly the same team as that Super Bowl. And George Kittle's been hurt. I don't know how long he's been hurt. I actually just found out that he was hurt pretty recently.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks.
Yeah. So, like, and I
lose Richard Sherman, and again, that doesn't have to do with their offense, but yeah.
Right, and he was pretty good during that Super Bowl run, and now that dude is washed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But okay, I see where you're going.
I'm just saying it's a pretty large sample size to only have one winning season. Like, granted, injuries are what they kind of are, but every team deals with injuries. This isn't like a 49ers exclusive thing.
Yeah.
So that excuse only can take you so far.
Yeah, which is interesting that you used it before when talking about the Falcons, but now you're going against. You said that the Falcons team
they were plagued with injuries.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Now you're saying, it can only go so far.
All I said was with Julio. He was the only one I said that was like hurt after that Super Bowl run, and then
that was the only individual you stated. Yeah, that's fine. We can move on.
That team lost a lot of people in like free agency, and then guys like Vic Beasley was really good then, and then he just started to suck. So I don't know. That was just a weird case. I don't think that's injuries, losing guys in free agency, guys retiring, that kind of thing. I think that's what happened to the Falcons. But so, and then my last little diatribe about Kyle Shanahan. This man is starting to become notorious for absolutely killing young players' confidence. So, it started with Dante Pettis, who had an excellent rookie year.
Also,
then he got Shanahan.
For the record, he got a touchdown this week. If you really want to, Dante, he's back. He's back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're big Dante Pettis guys.
Yes.
We have been for
Yep.
Dante Pettis.
You two are.
Yeah.
And he's awesome.
He's an uber talented guy, but then he got Shanahan in the offseason and was never heard from again until he finally managed to claw his way back onto a team. And he had a great week last week. And it's like, wow.
Awesome.
Then you watch this guy and it's like, he's still really talented. And like guys who get cut like that usually don't really get another chance in the NFL. So you got to be pretty decent to even get that chance like he did. So clearly he's making the most of it. Dante Pettis, actually a good player.
Yep.
Not according to Kyle Shanahan. And now it's pretty easy to see the pattern being repeated with Brandon Ayuk and Trey Sermon. It makes absolutely no sense. You got two guys who are very talented. Trey Sermon, when he took over, but it took every single running back to get hurt before Trey Sermon finally gets a chance. Plays like one game, has like 90 yards rushing, looked really good, and then he doesn't get a single snap in order to play 6th-round rookie Elijah Mitchell. What?
Well, you want to talk about boosting the confidence of a rookie. Elijah Mitchell is definitely getting his confidence boosted.
Congrats.
Yeah.
It's a young player.
I don't know. It is kind of weird because, I don't know. I think there are maybe like a little personal bias tied in here. Because Deebo Samuel was a young wide receiver and he's shown that he's confident in him. Maybe they just see something or I don't know. it's hard for me to explain. You know what I mean? But like with somebody like Elijah Mitchell and like even Trey Lance, like he's willing to start him and Deebo Samuel, like he puts his faith in guys that he believes in. It's just it seems you disagree with like the talent evaluation, maybe.
I mean, Trey Sermon was a 3rd-round pick, which is high for a running back, and Brandon Ayuk was a 1st-round pick. This isn't just my talent evaluation. It was the Niners' talent evaluation, and it was probably the rest of the league's talent evaluation too. So it's not like we're coming in just saying,
but I'm saying
like this guy is really good.
But they obviously see something different, like after they drafted these guys, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Kyle Shanahan is kind of starting to develop a pattern where it's like some of these guys where he puts in his proverbial doghouse don't really seem to have a reason for it, because like we just saw Dante Pettis last week. It's like, he's actually good. Why didn't they want this guy? Brandon Ayuk, his rookie year too. He looked amazing.
Yep.
I mean, he was jumping over guys, running dudes over. He looks like Deebo Samuel. And for him to have 6 catches
on the
insanity.
Season.
On the season.
Right, yeah.
That's criminal. Like, what are you doing? And then Trey Sermon, like every like little draft Nick and guy, anybody who watched college football, not me, but
yeah, God forbid.
He's a really talented running back. He looked really good when he had a chance, and he just hates him. He just doesn't let him play any snaps. He'd rather play Kyle Juszczyk running the ball. What are you doing? Like, there comes a point where it's like you might not like this guy off the field, whatever, but like you're losing football games. It's not like you're doing this and still winning.
I think I've had this conspiracy theory since the Dante Pettis days. I think his wife is like fucking the players, and he's taking it out on the players. I really think that's it. Because how else? Because it is like with Brandon Ayuk. Everyone was like, oh, this guy's primed to have like such a breakout season. And Deebo is, to be fair. Like what Fenner said, like you have to give that credit. Deebo's I didn't know he's the number 5 in receiving yards. That's fucking crazy.
Here's the other problem, though, because it just happened last Sunday night. So they keep going to Deebo Samuel. He has the 2nd highest target share in football behind Devontae Adams. Devontae very much earned that first target share, and it's helping his team win. With Deebo, they were forcing it to him so much that it became super predictable, and the Colts jumped the route when at the end of the game, they were throwing to Deebo Samuel. They jumped it, and it's why they lost. So it's you have a perfectly good Brandon Ayuk just sitting right over there, and instead you're playing Mohamed fucking Sanu.
You also have to wonder what Jimmy G is seeing. Yeah, like some of that's on Jimmy Garoppolo for literally being like,
don't get me wrong. But if you're so smart, I mean, you managed to take Jimmy G to a Super Bowl once. I mean, now why does he stink now? You know what I mean? Like if he's supposed to be this genius coach who can make any offensive situation work, I don't see it. He's certainly not doing it. So I feel like he just gets this reputation that if his last name wasn't Shanahan, he would have been fired already.
Nepotism's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, and the NFL's full of it.
Yeah.
Also, his first job was under it was quality control under John Gruden, so tough start too.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, that
last little nugget of Shanahan slander.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah, I do overall agree. It feels like when narratives get so high on like right now it is like the like hot point in the media is, oh, Kyle Shanahan might stink as a coach. It just feels whenever like everything on a narrative is like, less so with coaches, but when a narrative goes so far, there needs to be a little pushback. It's usually somewhere in the middle there. Yeah. But with coaches, it is different. Like Matt Nagy has been grinded on for like the last 2 or 3 years, and he sucks. So who knows?
And he has a better record than Kyle Shanahan.
Crazy.
All this to be said, it's not that I think he's a horrible coach. I just think he is very much undeserving of this genius tag he's always had. The only reason he's had that is because he's just young and his last name is Shanahan.
Yeah, I don't know. It was tough to deny it when Raheem Mostert put up 220 yards on the Packers.
That's
That's a Packer thing more than it was anything else.
He didn't put up 221. Yeah, I guess I was going to say, I guess he didn't put up 220 yards.
And also, it wasn't Kyle Shanahan who was blowing holes in the defense that were the size of a Mack truck.
It was Blake Martinez.
Guys in there.
Yeah, it was
No.
the big. It was
Blake
good.
Martinez was on that team that got gashed.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was
terrible.
him. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a combo of a terrible Packers team and a dominant offensive line.
Yeah.
Pretty good combo.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm glad that everybody's, for the most part, people are starting to come around, and now the hate's going to go way too far, and everybody's going to start to actually think he's like a terrible head coach now.
Mhm.
So it's never, there's no nuance.
Yeah.
Nobody ever, so it is what it is, but Kyle Shanahan, not genius head coach.
Okay.
I'm putting this narrative to bed right now.
Okay, fair enough. I had something I wanted to bring up real quick, just based off a little pivot, completely unrelated to the Niners, but I want to re-ask a question I asked last week, and I have a follow-up question to it too. The question is, buy or sell the Titans making it to the divisional playoff game, and if it's a sell again, what will it take for you to buy this? Genuine question.
Last week it was make it to the.
Then I switched it to divisional because I said divisional because you said let's get out of the wild card. So I said divisional round. So they get a playoff win. Buy or sell?
I don't want to sound like a hater, but I still just don't find. I just still don't see it. I think they just have been catching a few teams at their worst moments. Like right now, the Chiefs could not be any lower. This is the worst Chiefs team we've seen in a while. Whether they turn it around or not, who knows? But, this is clearly not the big-time juggernaut we thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not super sure how impressive that win is or not right now. I mean,
what other teams have they caught, at their lowest, other than,
Bills.
Admittedly, the Chiefs?
Bills.
But how were they, at their lowest there, you know?
I shouldn't say the lowest, but, if Josh Allen just doesn't trip over his own feet, they lose that game.
Yeah, but I know, I get that.
They were on the goal line, 4th and 1, and you just slipped. It is what it is. They won the game. It's a good win, but it's not a win that's holy shit, Titans are going all the way, or they're going really deep.
To the divisional
This team lost
round.
to the Jets 3 weeks ago.
The Rams lost to the Jets last year, and they made it to the divisional round last year, so... Again, so the follow-up question, what will make you buy this? What do you need to see to buy this? Because they didn't just beat the Chiefs. They kicked the shit out of them.
I understand.
And,
I think the Chiefs have deep, deep, deep problems, and I think it was, the worst type of matchup for the Chiefs, too.
Going against a supposedly terrible defense?
No, going against a ground and pound ball control.
But the biggest thing, because I think I'm starting to buy it. The biggest fault of this Titans team doesn't have anything to do with their offense. It's that their defense is supposedly terrible.
I still think it is.
But regardless, if you think that, they were able to hold the Chiefs scoreless for the majority of the game and only give up a field goal.
I think that was a Chiefs thing more than it was a Titans thing. That Chiefs offensive line is horrible. The week before, they just gave up 35 points to the Bills at home. So it's not like that defense has been crazy or anything. I think it was just a really, really weird week. Or I think it's just been a really weird season for the Chiefs. I think it's more about them than it was about the Titans.
So do the Chiefs make playoffs?
Yeah. I think they'll sneak in the wild card.
I'd take Titans over Chiefs then, if that's the case.
I think the Titans are just going to win the division.
And then they would probably get squared up with a wild card. So they would probably, there's a good chance they play the Chiefs in playoffs then.
I'm really curious what happens this week, because I want to see them get past the Colts on the road in Indianapolis. I think that is a really good game, because the Colts defense has been playing really well recently. Carson Wentz actually looks good.
Yeah, he looked. I was impressed because that was the first Colts. The Colts Niners game was the first Colts game that I've attentively watched the whole thing, and I was impressed. I know there's some stats about how Carson Wentz got really lucky with passes that should have been picked off, but I don't care because Michael Pittman looked awesome. I don't fucking care because honestly, he fits that team, and if he can play well enough to just have them as a team, I think they could just sneak into a wild card position. I don't see why not.
Is T.Y. Hilton back this week? Because he's played 1 week and then he was out, right?
I think he might be back this week.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
But that's another big, and even if, I think T.Y.'s a little washed, but, like, teams don't think T.Y.'s washed. Like, he's still going to get
his first game back. He's not what he was, but I think he's still, like, decent.
He still, like, demands, like that receiver 1 spot. Like, enough to, like, actually, like, contribute enough. So, Colts are better than I gave. We'll do this next week because it is halfway next week. We'll revisit our playoff picture. But I think if I, like, just look at things, I have them sneaking in probably, like, maybe even just that last spot in the AFC. Crazy to think that division came out with could potentially come out with two playoff teams.
Yeah, a lot of ball to be played there, but Jesus, that's a rough division. AFC East is terrible too, though. So I mean, there's a lot of bad AFC teams to where I think they could scratch out a couple.
Yeah, that's true. Let's pivot to NFC tonight. When we're recording this, it's Thursday night. You can tell we got our Packers stuff. Packers Cardinals. I'll call it now because people will listen to this after the game. We probably lost by 14 or 10. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling for the game tonight. I don't think it's in Arizona. The Cardinals are on fire. I don't feel good about the Packers with no weapons, where Randall Cobb is our number 1 receiver. So
don't forget about Bobby Tonyan.
Nah, I'm good.
This is like an absolute bold prediction, but I think we win by 3. I just don't. Not that I don't buy the Cardinals team, but I think this is like Aaron Rodgers is probably thinking about this as like a real. I don't know because he's not a very logical person, but like, or trying to understand what he's thinking is hard. But like for me, this would be like the perfect. Like, I'm going to prove it to everybody. Like, fuck you. I don't need anybody. I can still like cool. Lead a team, with nobody. And I'm predicting a final score of 30-27.
This wouldn't be the first time Aaron's managed to win a game with literally
nobody
zero receivers.
Yeah.
And you know what? This could just be the Amari Rodgers breakout game, too. We still have him in the wings here.
Yeah.
I'm not as worried as I thought I would be. It sucks not having your top 3 receivers. Not fun. But I think the Packers have some legit receiving depth. We still have Aaron Jones, who's a great receiver out of the backfield, and get A.J. Dillon in some space. I think we can make some things happen. I think we'll be all right. Cardinals obviously lost J.J. Watt. The most J.J. Watt season of all time. Just playing great, and then he literally tore like 7 things in one game.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Oh, really? I did not know that. What happened?
Oh my god! Yeah, I gotta get the entire list of injuries, but like he dislocated his shoulder, tore his labrum, tore his rotator cuff, and then he tore something else too.
Oh my god!
And then he played like 10 more snaps.
That's insane.
Dude's nuts.
I feel so bad for him.
Yeah. I would say going into this game, it would be like a really good. It is like a really good test for our defense, but we don't even have Joe Barry. He's out on COVID too. Like
that might not be a bad thing.
I don't know. Like,
oh no, he can't dial up blitzes with 1 minute left in the half, and we get torched. Damn.
I don't know. I'm more optimistic about Joe Barry than I was earlier in the season. And the pod, like I was very vocal about this man.
I think it's more the defense playing well than it is like him just coaching well.
I mean, maybe that too. But it'll be awesome. I'm excited to see what Eric Stokes can do. Now that he's got to be on DeAndre Hopkins, that's just going to be tough. But I think he can do it.
He's slowed down too because he's coming in with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. The Cardinals just have so many weapons. Like, it's insane that like James Conner is like doing what he's doing. Like, I didn't see that coming. I thought he was a walking corpse. And Chase Edmonds, he'll never score a touchdown ever, but it's good for him that he's, getting yards and stuff. But
AJ Green is a top 40 fantasy wide receiver.
Yep, makes sense.
And kind of looks good. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. He does look good. Christian Kirk, the modern day Jerry Rice, is having a
better
good
than Jerry
season. Rondell Moore has been.
He's so fun.
Yeah, he's gonna be a star eventually. Yeah, they're just so good. Yeah, I don't know but the thing is, they're going to lose this season. But if you look at their schedule,
It's a real shame.
it's a really long time until like a next probable loss for them. That's why this game was going to be awesome, but it just sucks without Devontae. Sucks so much.
Playing in that division, they're gonna get caught by a couple of those divisional teams. Like,
Yeah.
any of those, like Niners, Seahawks, Rams, any of those teams.
Well, Kyle Shanahan's a bad coach, so I think we're good.
I'm sure they can out physical them.
Okay. I don't think they're going to lose to the Seahawks. I mean,
if they get Russell Wilson back in time, I don't know when they do play each other, but if they have Russell Wilson, then I could see it.
Well, guess who they still have even with Russell Wilson? Pete Carroll. So it's not like he's good either.
No,
McVay runs this fucking division coaching wise. Like, talking about three. I don't know about Cliff. I'm not counting him. I'm not counting him. He's just. I'm not counting him as a good. I think McVay's so much better than these three coaches. Like, Pete Carroll needs to like go into a retirement home as soon as possible.
He's terrible.
Like, Russell Wilson has covered up how terrible Pete Carroll is for so long.
As the years go on, it makes you realize, like, it used to be like, oh, they won a Super Bowl. You know, Pete Carroll, he's a Super Bowl winning head coach. And then as you like get farther away from it, you realize like how loaded those Seahawks teams really were. It's like, how the fuck did they only win one Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
And then you remember, it's like, wow, they won one in spite of Pete Carroll.
Literally, yeah. Shows you how good that team was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I in general, I don't like. Oh God, I outside of the Rams and Cardinals, I don't care about this division anymore. And it'll be fun to revisit our playoff predictions because I did have Cardinals were the only team from this division I didn't have in playoffs. So fun to eat that one up.
Well, I'm blaming the Russell Wilson injury on some of the Seahawks woes. When you're playing Geno Smith, it is what it is. But
I had the Seahawks winning the division, so that's awesome.
It is still insane. That the Seahawks are so tossed under. Again, no one talks about how bad Pete Carroll is. I get Russell's hurt, but no one talks about the future of the Seahawks. Everyone wants to talk right now about how the Chiefs aren't going to, like, how they're so down bad and how, like, oh, the future's really bad. But no one wants to talk about the Seahawks. Russell Wilson might not be there next year. Like, this is insane. Like, they are, like, self-destructing, and no one's talking about it. This is a terrible team.
Dude, this offseason, I think we might see the most quarterback turnover ever. There's a good chance we see Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Nasty Man Watson, Matt Ryan. There's Tua. There's other guys. I think these guys might all be on the move.
You'll see, and like even more so with probably Big Ben's going to retire. I mean, if I was the Chiefs, I'd trade Mahomes. Wait,
to
who
the
else?
Packers.
Yeah. I heard he's
It'd be
watched.
a real shame.
Yeah. No, he'd have to win that job though. It'd be a tough QB room.
Yeah, him and J Love.
Yeah. No, but I agree. Like this next offseason is going to be crazy because I don't even know the future of half these quarterbacks. It'd be very interesting.
I hope if you're a Packer fan, we don't need to get into all this. I just got to get this off my chest right now.
Yep.
If you're a Packer fan, enjoy this last season because if this is Aaron Rodgers' last season with the Packers, it might get pretty rough.
Says who?
Yeah.
Says me.
Really?
It might get pretty rough. I haven't seen one thing. As much as I like to like meme and say that like I like Jordan Love or whatever, I haven't seen him throw a football.
What?
That's on
you. Yeah.
It is on me.
Preseason he did look like I'm very optimistic. Like, shtick aside, I'm very optimistic that he could be like a consistent Pro Bowler. And that's good. Like, that's good.
Good.
Like,
It's funny chuckles.
Yeah.
No, that's just it's very hard even now for me to tell if you guys are being serious or still memeing about Jordan Love.
No, he had some good preseason throws.
I don't know what he'll be, but I'm really excited to find out. And I think there's like a legit chance he actually turns into something pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I do legitimately believe that. I know it for a long time, especially in the midst of the Aaron, will he stay? Will he go? Shit. We were just like, we're done with him. Moving on.
Yeah.
Next era.
Yeah.
Part of me actually was in on that. But that was more a meme than anything. But I do like the player.
Yeah. Okay. I do too. You can see the talent he has. He has to tighten up his decision making. He might be more Brett Favre than he is Aaron Rodgers, if that we're creating a scale here. But no, he had some genuinely good throws, and he was playing with complete bums in preseason. So I'm very excited. I really want to see more. I would love us to clinch our playoff spot, and we can't move at all, and just toss Jordan Love in for a game. That'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I'll ever take the preseason seriously ever again. Ever since Justin
Wilson.
Fields looked really good in the preseason, then he's like, the speed of the game, it's so slow to me. And then Justin Fields gets real playing time, and he looks fucking horrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilson, preseason MVP. So yeah.
That's tough.
All right, we got any games this week that we want to talk about specifically? Is this a good? This doesn't just outside of Titans, Colts.
I mean, Steelers Browns will probably be a good game, right? Divisional game
it's been
at
a
least.
rough few weeks of games here.
Yeah,
It has been.
Steelers Browns should be more interesting, but this Steelers team is so boring.
Would anybody be shocked if they just get blown out by the Browns, though? In Cleveland,
right.
The games that I'm looking at that I'm really excited about, I think Titans Colts is very interesting, and then I think Vikings Cowboys is maybe the best game on here.
Yeah, Cowboys Vikings, yeah.
Cowboys, those feel like two very similar teams to me. Their defenses are both a little bit questionable, but they got a little bit of star power. Good running games, couple good running backs for each of them, good wide receivers everywhere. That might be a hell of a shootout. I'm actually really excited for that one.
Both questionable coaches.
Extremely.
I still don't buy into the Vikings. I still don't. Maybe this will change my opinion watching them. I can't buy into a Kirk Cousins team with a Mike Zimmer coach. Do you see them play when they have a lead? It's embarrassing. It's very Mike McCarthy. Just escape the game. Just escape. And I get it. You have Dalvin Cook, but oh my God. I don't think Mike Zimmer's good.
I gotta give him a little credit. Kirk Cousins has looked really good this year. Really good.
I think
whether he keeps that up or
good
not.
every year.
He always looks fine. He's just
year,
fine.
No, this year he's looked good. And he's had, honestly, a few games now. It's 3 or 4 games where he's just making clutch throws at the end to win games. It's he wasn't doing that shit before. He's I don't know. It just feels a little bit different this year.
What's the Vikings record? Are they 3-3?
I'm not sure.
They would
they had
be.
A bad start.
I think they're 4-3. They might be 3-4 or 4-3 because I know they are. They tweeted. I hate seeing these graphics this early in the season, but the playoff picture right now, and they were the final wild card spot. So
okay,
yeah, they were the 7th
when
seed.
They were 1-3. I said they're still making the wild card team. I buy into this team a little bit.
I think.
What happened to the Panthers? You were taking your victory lap last week, and I've never seen a 3-3 victory lap.
Darnold remembered he's Sam Darnold. He looks terrible.
Yeah,
I mean there's nothing else to it. That defense is still really good, but Sam Darnold's fucking awful.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that team was coming out of nowhere.
How quickly your tune has changed.
You were taking a victory lap last week. You were taking a victory lap. You said, just saying, I called it. Teams come out of nowhere like the Panthers. I've never seen. Were they bad then? They're worse now.
It was not only bad that you were victory lapping yourself. You included me in
that's
it, which
tough.
I'm still holding on to. I'm still holding on to that. I had them in the playoff picture. I still think they have a very good opportunity to make the playoffs.
I think they do too. I all I said is Sam Darnold has looked horrible.
Okay. No,
that's it.
I think that team is not making playoffs.
I think that team is really good around him, and I think they still can rally, especially if they could ever get a healthy McCaffrey. But yeah, it's been rough the last couple of weeks, especially Sam going back into New York. He might have got mono again.
Maybe.
Oh, good point.
Going back to the Cowboys and Vikings games, I don't really believe in either of these teams, so I'm hoping that the winner of I hope this is a decisive win for whichever team wins it, and then I'm like, okay, the Cowboys are legit, or okay, the Vikings are legit.
I think it will be.
Why don't you think the Cowboys are good?
It's not that I don't think they're good, but I don't know if I fully buy into that defense yet. A lot of their defensive success has come from turnovers and constantly winning the turnover battle. And I just don't know if that's that generally doesn't hold up,
Oh, okay.
No,
that's fair. Yeah. I have more questions just seeing more of this offense and seeing Mike McCarthy and seeing if Dak can hold up. Because I think he is banged up and he's questionable going into this game. That's my only question with it. But other than that.
Do you think Mike McCarthy really has anything to do with anything? I feel like he's just a figurehead.
No.
I feel like it's all Kellen Moore calling all the shots.
Kellen Moore, yeah, he does. But then again, I was going to say no, but I feel like they're winning in old school Packers-ish ways. I don't know how else to put it. Games they should win are way closer. It's coming down to the end, and then when they do come down to it, it's always in the arms of the quarterback. Yeah. They kind of abandon the run. It's very McCarthy-ish, but I do like Kellen Moore as an offensive coordinator. I think he ends up being the team's head coach in a couple years.
I forgot. He was
a great quarterback at Boise State.
I forgot exactly what the situation was. There was just something when they played the Patriots that it was what the fuck? Oh, that's Mike McCarthy. I forgot what it was, whether it was timeout.
Bad timeouts, clock management, and terrible decisions on fourth downs. The three tenets of Mike McCarthy football.
So yeah, I do think I do think he has enough, leverage there. But hey, if he's smashing watermelons, I do think they're a top tier team in the NFC. I think they're right up there with Packers, Cardinals, Rams. Bucks, obviously.
Yeah. They are I think they'll win the division. They'll make playoffs. They'll be good all year. I don't see that team making any noise in the playoffs, though.
I agree with that a lot. I just brought it up, and I just want to say this past week for me was very clear who the MVP is right now. It's Tom Brady. It was very clear to me who is the MVP. He might just win another one. He won't stop. Yeah, I mean, what? I think he threw for 5 touchdowns again. Got his 600th one. Gave Mike Evans gave the ball away, and they had to barter.
Yeah.
That
guy got a pretty good deal.
He got a good deal.
A horrible deal.
No, he got a great deal. He got a Bitcoin.
Yes.
Tom Brady gave him a Bitcoin.
I didn't see that. All I saw that he got was the signed jerseys and stuff.
Signed jerseys. He got
season tickets.
2 season tickets for the remainder of this year and next year.
I didn't see all that. Okay.
He got he ended up getting a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Yes. Tom's I just gave him a bit. He was on, when he was on Manning Live, Monday Manning, he was yeah, I gave him a Bitcoin. And I was okay.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind.
Yeah, no, he got away. Yeah. It would have been.
He got a good deal.
Right. It would have been bullshit if it was just a signed jersey. I'd be well, that ball could have gotten me a lot more. But getting
see what he wanted. His first thing for negotiating was that he wanted to play a round of golf with Tom Brady, and I just find it very funny. Tom would rather give him a Bitcoin than play 9 holes of golf.
Yeah. Well, did you hear? I forgot who it was who said it, but who's the Monday Night Football, the ESPN guy who does the announcing? I forget his name, but he said something about how Tom, he should have asked for a night out with Tom's wife.
Oh my God.
And he got in some hot water for that one. So,
the ghost of Booger McFarlane lives on.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm looking at the rest of the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I don't know really how interested. I guess I'm kind of interested in the Patriots Chargers game. The Patriots seem to like have a legitimate defense, and the Chargers have a really good offense.
See,
And I know the Patriots. What they played the Jets last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they put up like 54 points. You know,
The Mike.
I know,
White Jets.
I know, I get that, but I don't know. I think it'll be an interesting game. Like the whole, especially this year, I've heard about it a lot more. Like, and I know Justin Herbert's not a rookie, but he's still a young quarterback. Like the whole Belichick versus rookie quarterbacks or young quarterbacks. Like he like dominates them, you know. So I don't know. I'm kind of interested.
I think Justin Herbert's a bit of a different beast, and I think this one might be blowout potential. I think the Chargers might kick their ass.
Okay.
It definitely. I don't think it'll be a blowout. Like Chargers, I think will win, but I don't think they're getting blown out. Mac Jones is genuinely good. Like he's a good.
He's pretty good. We're Mac guys.
Yeah, we are Mac guys. He's, if Jamar Chase wasn't doing what he was doing, he would make a good case for Rookie of the Year, I think.
So
I would like to see them take the kid gloves off of him a little bit.
It is very safe stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see him do more stuff.
Who did the Patriots play before? The Cowboys. When Trayvon Diggs intercepted that ball and he just came back the very next play and threw a 75-yard touchdown.
That was a baller throw.
Cool. Yeah. Cool as hell.
Yeah.
Ill-advised and sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that game is interesting, I'm going to be honest. I'm so intrigued by the Patriots. I really like watching them, even though they're boring. I'm always intrigued by the Patriots.
I think, though, biggest game we did not mention, and this could be the game of the week, Buccaneers going into New Orleans, and New Orleans, outside of Michael Thomas, is basically getting everybody back.
Yeah.
So I think this could be a really good game if we get a good Jameis.
I do. I agree too, because they're probably going to be out without Antonio Brown again, if that even means anything anymore. Because he'll just find Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, God forbid.
Tyler Johnson, still believe.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson. Scotty Miller's coming back from IR soon. I think.
No.
PTSD. But no, I agree. I agree. This is a good game. It's just the Saints always are going to play tough, even though I think the Buccaneers are going to win. But, the Saints are... I when we do our playoff thing again, I'm probably going to have the Saints in as a wild card. They're just, a good overall team, and I think they're just going to play, to whoever they're going against. I mean, they kicked our ass. They're our loss.
They really did kick
and Jameis is getting his eyes back. I don't know if you guys saw that video... but he's really popping out the eyes now. But yeah, no, I agree. This is a good game. I'm excited for this one. This is probably Fox's game of the week, I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I really do think the Saints could win, just outright. I'm not sure what the line is for that game. I'm kind of interested to see what that would be, but...
Yeah.
My guess would be 4.5 for the Bucs.
Okay, good guess.
Wow.
I'm sure that's pretty accurate. I thought you were looking at it right now. I couldn't.
That's my guess.
I see four on the.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna literally. That was such a good guess. I was I thought you were looking at it.
I'm Vegas. I should make the line.
I'm surprised it's that much. That feels like a big line.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys really think this isn't a betting show, but we all like to gamble?
Yeah.
Do you think home field advantage is still worth 3 points?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. Teams just play
with the Saints. Yeah.
I'm saying in general, though.
In general.
In broader spectrum.
I'm a big believer in home. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I don't think I am. I don't know if I've ever really been a big believer in home field advantage, but...
Matters more, I think, in the playoffs.
Yes.
But I do think it matters in the NFL. but it depends on the team. Like, you go into LA and you're playing the Chargers. That's not a huge home field advantage for the Chargers. Usually the other team. But, like, you go into Lambeau, you go into New Orleans, you go into, like, Gillette.
You go into Lambeau in January, NFC Championship. No way a warm team is coming in there and beating us, right? In a big game? No way. No way.
No.
When cool heads prevail, it would never happen.
The only thing I would say about that is, like, I think it's, and I know this, like, might sound weird, but let me explain a second. I think it's, like, a more of a disadvantage for an away team that has maybe had 2 or 3 games away from home. That's when I think it does actually become, like, a legitimate advantage.
When you go on the road trip.
Yeah. Yes. You know, one game, you know, you go from playing at home to playing on the road the next week. I don't think that matters that much. But
I do think Arizona's going to get real loud tonight, though.
Yeah. Are we excited for Eagles-Lions? I think I am. Like, I love stupid teams. Like, I love stupid, shitty matchups like this. Give me some Eagles-Lions. Yeah. This is going to be like a fun nonsense game. Like, anything goes. Like,
this feels like the right kind of bad teams playing each other. Like, I don't want to see a second of Panthers-Falcons.
No.
Give
me some Eagles-Lions.
I do think you go in the Metrodome.
I'll tell
whatever.
Ford Field. I'll tell you what.
You go to Ford Field. You get the Lions den hungry for a big win. I think this might be it.
Motor City Dan Campbell might just get his first career win this week. That Sirianni.
Jalen Hurts stinks.
That Sirianni, I think I'm saying it right. The Eagles head coach is like dog shit and like the stupidest person, like in the world. I think right next to I forget who the Giants' current head coach is. But he's up there, too. Joe Judge, yeah. I remember they're like, hey, is Daniel Jones practicing this week? And he was like, no, Daniel Jones will not practice this week. In the background, you see Daniel Jones run out in his pads. They're like, no, he's running out there right now. He just looks, like, I think he's an idiot, too.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think he's an idiot, too.
Oh, my God.
But I think the Eagles...
He did say something very smart, though, and I think that goes for a lot of teams. When the fish stinks from the head down, and he was talking about himself, you know, as head coach. He's where the stink starts. I think that's right for a lot of teams.
Yeah, he's right. I'll tell you that. But yeah, no, I think the Eagles are like terribly coached, and like Dan Campbell is just what a guy. Like, I hated this. I thought he was such a moron before, and I'm not necessarily taking it back. But I think I root for him now. I'm excited for this. I hope the Lions win.
I thought he was like a fake football guy.
He's a real football guy.
He is the realest of football guys. Like, him crying after losing because he's so emotional about his team. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
I think he's a good coach? It has nothing to do with it. I just like him.
Yep.
I think they get it done this week. I really do. Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen Hurts a lot. He's bad.
He's a bad real-life quarterback. Fun to watch and fun in fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
And those will get you a long way. Those will get you a long way.
Yeah, I know you guys think the Lions are going to take this one home. This is my survivor pick. I am taking the Eagles. I am taking the Eagles. Okay. I think the Eagles have enough playmakers, and I think their front seven on defense is good enough for like to stifle the vaunted Lions offense led by Jared Goff.
I was gonna say,
yeah. I mean, you guys just got done talking about how Jalen Hurts is bad and their coach is bad.
Yep.
There is not. Who is the best player on the Lions? DeAndre Swift, and who cares? He's a fucking running back. You know.
Good point.
He's a cool running back.
He is a cool running back. A murderer. Yes.
And a murderer. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Eagles are going to kind of house the Lions. I also think it would be kind of funny for Dan Campbell to win over the hearts of everybody who doubted him by going 0-17. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
That would be so sad.
It would be.
Sad.
Yeah.
But the Lions played well against the Rams last week.
The Lions have played well in every single game.
I know.
That's
why I bet them to cover spreads constantly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is the week. I think they really pull it through. I really do. Home, this is the time. If there's going to be a win, this is it.
As long as the Ford name is tied in with the Lions, I will never bet on the Lions.
Cursed. Yep. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I do have. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say. Well, Fenner mentioned his survivor pick. I was just gonna talk about ours for a quick second.
Yeah.
Zach and I are both going with the chalk this week, and it's gonna be Cincinnati. That is gonna be everybody's survivor pick this week. Not much to say. It's Mike White. It's the fucking Jets.
Yeah.
End of story.
There's literally nothing more like.
Cincinnati is gonna kill them.
The Bengals are looking good. They're legit.
Yeah.
And Jamar Chase is just.
I don't know if anybody really saw that blowout coming last week. They handled the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
I bet them to win that game. I really thought they had a chance. I didn't think it'd be like that though.
Blow them out, crazy. But good for the Bengals. Rooted them.
Quick question about Jamar Chase. Is he like a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL right now? Like, would you take him? Like, what's the line? What's like the line where you would start taking Jamar Chase over wide receivers? Like,
you want to talk like 10 or 12, maybe 5 is like that's.
Like, would you rather have Jamar Chase or DJ Moore?
DJ Moore. They're both having really good years. That's a tough one.
I like to jump the gun.
I'd rather have Jamar Chase.
I like jumping the gun on rookie or young receivers because, like, even like Justin Jefferson, like I love jumping the gun. So I am with you. Like I will with Jamar Chase. He looks nasty, and that connection with Joe Burrow is just so filthy.
Yeah.
Like
I'll say for like not even going into next year, like just right now, this second, I'll take DJ Moore only because. DJ Moore, like right now, is basically carrying an offense by himself, and he can kind of just do everything. Like I've only seen Jamar Chase like do a couple. Like I'm not saying he can't, but I've only seen him do a few like different things, and a lot of it's just like stretching down the field and going.
That's
along.
what DK Metcalf does.
I will say
he's like your best wide receiver of all time.
I agree.
So.
I agree.
I will say
I really love Jamar Chase. I do not want this to.
When your rookie season is only comparable to Randy Moss, I'm
Moss.
kind of in. I'm kind of in.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm very in.
Yeah. But yeah.
Throw another name. I think DJ Moore.
Terry McLaurin.
DJ Moore.
Yeah,
I'll take him over McLaurin, and I love McLaurin too. But I think I'd take him over him.
Okay. That's a fair tier. I think that's right around him.
I want to see Terry McLaurin with a quarterback even close to Joe Burrow's caliber, though. I might change my mind if I ever get to see that, though. Yes. Terry McLaurin is a fucking baller.
Jamar Chase or Dante Pettis?
Don't make me choose. My love. Don't make me choose.
That's tough.
Man, no Kyle Shanahan. Dante Pettis might be a beast.
Might be Randy Moss. We don't know. We'll never know.
You get Brandon Ayuk out of San Francisco, we're gonna be cooking with gas.
Yeah. Real quick, I wanted to share. I have a parlay up. I don't even remember what this is because I do it on Monday of every week. It looks like I've got Steelers +3 against the Browns. Okay. I feel like if I can get points with the Steelers, with a Browns with Case Keenum, I like that.
Better than a Browns with Baker Mayfield.
True. I have the Lions +3. Son of a bitch, I'm in. I think they might just get it. Dan Campbell lead me to the promised land.
I wonder if that line shrunk or not. Let me just take a look. Yeah, it's 3.5 now with the line. So you got it. It's only a half-point difference.
Yeah.
Who cares?
That's a key number.
Yeah, I know it is. It really is. Cowboys -1.5. I think the Cowboys are just gonna win, and I think it'll be by like at least 3. So yeah, Cowboys 1.5. Bills money line. That was easy. That's the easiest money line here. I've got a couple of easy money line. Then Bills money line, Rams money line, and Bengals money
crazy.
line. Yeah. Then I've got my literally three locks. So I'm feeling good about this one. I'm feeling good about my parlay here. But
I like it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you guys have anything on any money on this week?
I don't have any money this week. I am going. I will eventually.
Okay.
I am drier than the Sahara right now when it comes to my betting wins. I'm having a lot of success on DraftKings, but it has come at a cost. I have not won a parlay. I have not won anything on like underdog player bets. Oh my god, in so long. I am ice cold.
Here's a little tip that I learned, because ever since I did Chiefs money line against the football team, if you find the biggest favorite, just go money line. You'll get your system right, because I've been on a heater lately. Like, I have been.
You gotta recalibrate.
Yes, you get back, you get your confidence back up, you get a better vision for the NFL. I have been on a heater. I've been winning more. I switched over to the prize picks because I had a free promo for it. And I've just been started off with like $10 in there, up to 100 now. I'm feeling good. I'm getting some money. And then I had Patriots. I forgot what their spread was. It was like I teased them up to like plus or minus 7.5 against the Jets. Easy money right there too. So I'm feeling better. So get an easy one out of the way. Get it out of your system. Maybe you should just do Bengals. Load everything you've got. Bengals money line. Just do it. You know it's gonna hit.
Oh, double down.
If you know it's going to hit.
Yeah, but that 1% chance it doesn't.
It's not happening.
Crushed.
It's not happening.
Crushed.
You got to go in with full blown. That's how I felt when the Chiefs were down against the football team.
I'm not going to make – I usually make a Thursday night underdog. I'm not making one tonight because I don't want to be wrong and then really double down on all the shit.
All right, this is what I've got.
I've been liking the showdown mode on DraftKings lately. I've really been enjoying that. I've been making some okay money on it.
I
wasn't for the longest time. Yeah, I wasn't for the longest time either. But I hit one time and I won $130, and I was
hooked.
You know what? Not bad.
You're hooked.
Yeah, not bad.
So tell me if this is going to hit tonight. Chase Edmonds over 43.5 rushing yards. Aaron Jones 43.5.
Okay.
Aaron Jones over a half a touchdown, and Aaron Rodgers under 9.5 rushing yards.
I think you might fuck up with the rushing yards.
With the rushing yards,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I say it. If we had fully healthy receivers, I think that hits. But I think with all the receivers that we have tonight, if they're going to be covered as heavily as I think they might be, Aaron might not have a choice.
Yeah.
See, I think the opposite. I think these last two games have been anomalies for Aaron Rodgers, of like, because he's had like 20 rushing yards, I'm pretty sure, in like the last two, and I think that bumped the line up because every other game this season. Yep. So I think that bumped it up, and I just think the Cardinals defense is good enough that they're going to contain him, and he won't really run. But yeah, I think you guys got any last thoughts for the people?
No, I'm ready to go. I'm braced for whatever happens tonight.
Yep.
Obviously, anybody listening will kind of know what already happened, but that's fine. That
was a good game by the Pack. I'm glad we won.
Yeah, I can't believe Jordan Love came in the first quarter and threw 400 yards, and 300 of which went to Amari Rodgers. So, excited for that.
It was ballsy of him to put in Randall Cobb in the second half as touchdown as QB. Didn't actually see that coming, Matt LaFleur. Crazy.
The Robert Tonyan Wildcat couldn't be stopped.
Yeah. Cardinals were at a loss.
Love mixed.
Yeah. All right. Well, that does it here from the Farmcast. Thank you for listening to another episode of us talking football, the boys. And make sure to smash that like, subscribe button, comment your lock. And yeah, we will see you on the next episode of the Farmcast. Bye.